scratching post. They're the critters that we love most. A hound in a hat or a cat in a bowl. They steal the show wherever they go. Southern claws and paws, y'all. Fluff and fur at the roll call. A bark, a meow, a squawk, and a cheer. Best friends of the South are all right here. Muddy chins, a parrot talks, a lizard crawls. Life's more fun with Southern claws and paws. Big or small, short or tall, we got room for them all. Southern claws and paws, y'all. Fluff and fur at the roll call. A bark, a meow, a squawk, and a cheer. Best friends of the South are all right here. South, we dress them the best. A possum on a leash, a golden shades, critter couture for the parade. Southern claws and paws, y'all. Fluff and fur at the roll call. A bark, a meow, a squawk, and a cheer. Best friends of the South are all right here.
All right, we're here finally. We had a little bit of delay. I still don't have Rumble Studio up. I don't know, it's been a pain, but Rumble, we do have a Rumble channel up, just not Studio. I don't know why that happened. Had a little bit of Wi-Fi. There's been a creator problem with Facebook, and today it was just Wi-Fi issues, and I don't know why that didn't go up. I reset it twice, and sometimes it stumps me. I don't know why.
Yeah,
but it's okay. I am. It just means that we are not on SF Podcasting, but we are on Southern Fried Podcast. That's okay, as well as Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and something else. So anyway, we're here, but we're supposed to be on a lot more than that. Miss Jenn, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing, Dave?
I'm good. I like the ears. I like that. That's cool. How are all the kittens doing?
She's good. She's over here sitting on the printer.
Ah, and we have a superstar in the house again, right?
Yes, that's the one that's sitting on the printer.
Was that the same cat that got the other opportunity?
No. This is Roxy. She got the calendar.
She got the calendar. What was the other one?
It's coloring book.
Coloring book.
Mm-hmm.
You're just connected up all over the place. I think that's cool. And I've got to get those pictures up, and I'll do that soon. But I do have a new picture that I made today. It was pretty cool. A couple of them actually. And we're going to talk about foods tonight for cats and dogs. And we'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. Thanks for the folks that are coming in here. We appreciate that. I'm trying to see here how many are in Rumble, and hopefully they're used to seeing. Usually they know to find the Southern Fried. So we've got. It'll take a minute, but we'll get folks in here. And I know we were over helping another creator. I was trying to help him get ads in while I was working. Then I realized I had Wi-Fi issues. So. But we're here, and I've been telling people about the show, and they're very positive. And we had a follow while I followed somebody or something. They followed me back, so the Rumble bot has let me know that that we got to follow, and I did follow them back. I think I followed them first. So we're up over 700 total followers for Rumble. Small potatoes, but I can remember the days we didn't have but 5. So.
Yeah,
we're growing a little bit every day on Rumble. Now, overall, we've got thousands and thousands of followers, and I'm thankful that not everybody watches all the time, but we do get hundreds of views, and usually within each stream, people at least come by and staying, and we'll have many of those that will stay and stay with us for a while, chat with us, and become friends. Well, there's a lot of options out there, I know, and I know there's a lot of pet shows. but there's not another Southern Claws and Paws. We are it, I think. So I'm looking forward to what we can do with this, and I'm working on partnering with a veterinarian. I've had a recommendation for one. It's a husband-wife team. They are outstanding. Everybody brags on them, and I'm hoping to be able to talk them into coming in at least monthly, and we can ask the vet stuff, and help in the local area up here, drive some business our way. But at least quarterly, and if they're not already doing that, I'm going to check on that probably tomorrow. It's been a busy week. I was in Dalton this morning for an audit. We're having surveys, so lots going on. I'm trying to navigate through a lot of different stuff, and I'm trying to get studied up for a test, which is about kicking my butt. So I'm getting there. It's a 152 question test, and I feel like I'm back in school. So with all the everything else that's going on. But anyway, we're looking forward to having, and my granddaughter, I don't know if I'll get it in this stream or not. She has sent me a couple of videos about her dog, and we definitely want people to come up and share about their dogs. And she has sent me one here, and I'll see if I can get this thing downloaded and up. I don't know if I can or not, but she was asking me if it was a good video, and it was. We have a rescue. Now, did your cats all come from different, like, how did you get out of your, I think you told me one time, but some of your cats were they all rescues, or you got them from somebody, or how did you get your cat?
Alex was a rescue from Floyd Felines. And then two boys, their mom had them cross the road, and then I took them and brought them in, and she came in and out and fed them, and then went out and fed the one that she took off and didn't bring back to me. And then Roxy was a rescue out of the middle of the road. And Jasmine, I got her from Floyd Felines, and then I got the little one Whiskers from a friend of mine that a feral cat came up.
Yeah. Now, have you had cats your whole life? Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember your first cat?
It was a little white kitten had come up, and then my neighbor's dog killed it.
Oh, that's sad. How old were you?
I don't remember how old I was. I know I had my cousins were up here because Alan was throwing rocks at it. So, but
them old cousins.
Yeah.
I had I've had cats and I've had dogs, and I've had one dog stolen. Absolutely was stolen. A beagle. I kind of knew who did it, but I couldn't prove it. I did confront them, but I didn't have any, I almost caught him, I think, in the act. It was a little beagle, and it was pup, and had it playing in the yard. My wife went inside for something, came out, and it's just gone. And I was like devastated because my grandfather gave me the pup. And I went and confronted a bunch of people. I was pretty mad, but I had no proof that it was them. And that's just one of those things. A lot, people still, certain breeds of cats and dogs or whatever, people steal them, sell them. They claim them for themselves. And, that's tough. Of course, I've had the animals that have been hit by a car, or another animal has, there's all kinds of things that can happen. And it's really sad when your pet is, you find your pet like that. I feel bad for the people who search and never find their pet. They at least want to have closure, I guess, and they'll put up the posters, and the cat or dog just never comes back. And that's tough. I was in a church service once. I was doing a Bible study. It was just a couple of people there. And we wanted to help, but we had these people open the door and just said, "Have you seen this? Have you seen this dog?" Well, no. uh, then I think they realized what they did. They were so desperate to get their dog back. I think it might have been two dogs, and they plastered the mountain with pictures and posters and went door to door. And I think they even offered a reward and never got the dogs back that I know of. And they were probably taken, to be honest. Two dogs, that's kind of weird, that they were taken like that. I haven't had cats in a number of years, but I did have cats. And I remember once we had a mother cat. She had one cat as a boy, and we had them both for a while. My mom was a big cat lover. She just loved cats. And so we typically had cats. We didn't have dogs I think I had a couple of dogs. One was stolen, and I was I was a young adult then, but when I was a kid, I had a German Shepherd that got hit by a car, and the lady didn't stop. And she went down to a hairdresser, and my uncle was infuriated. We go down there. He says, "Come on." My family calls me Davy. And we went down to the hairdresser's place. And when I look back, the scene had to be pretty incredible. So we go down to this hairdresser. All the ladies have got the dryers over their heads. This lady's just came in. And my uncle barges in. I'm right behind him. And he's shaking mad. It's a beautiful white German Shepherd. I'd never seen one all white like that.
Oh.
Beautiful. And anyway, she was flying down the road. She come over. The dog wasn't in the road. The dog was actually in my driveway, but she came, I guess she distracted driving or something, came over in the driveway and hit the dog. And it was an ugly scene, So we took care of the dog first. It was just gone. And when he saw that, he just flipped and he said, "Come on." This is before we even buried the dog. I mean, the dog was just gone. And we went down there. So here we are. We barge in this hairdresser. And you hear all the dryers running. I couldn't have been more than 11, 12, 13 years old, somewhere in there. And he's shaking and he says, and he's pointing at that lady. He says, "You lady, you're a dog killer." When he said that, all them dryers came up, off these ladies' head. And they're all just like, what? And he said, "You hit my nephew's dog. You didn't even stop. You're a," he didn't cuss, but he was like, "You are low down. How do you do a dog that way? How do you do a little boy that way?" And by this time, all the ladies are looking at this lady. I'm sure they all know her. And they're looking at her. And I think he might have to added in, "There's a special place in hell for people like you." I don't even know if he believed in hell, but he said it. And we left, and I just remember that scene, all them ladies with the dryers up, and they're staring at this lady. By now, they're looking at her like, not cool. Like giving her, like, "Wait a minute, you hit a dog and you didn't stop?" They were people getting upset, and so then she wanted to start like crying. And my uncle's like, don't cry. Don't cry now. You wasn't crying when you flew down that road and hit the dog." And then we left, and I never saw her again. But those are tough things. They're really tough things. Mm-hmm. And, I hate that happened for you, I'll tell you the story, and don't judge me because I didn't do it, but I was there. I mean, I couldn't stop it. It was just like happened. And my best, and we're going to talk about foods. Give me just a minute. And my best friend in the world. I don't know. Every once in a while, he just like his brain checked out. I don't know what it was. He had kind of a tortured life. And I think sometimes he had a heart to go, but sometimes he would just do, just call them crazy things. This went beyond crazy. This was like the worst thing ever. And so if you are squeamish, I'm giving you a fair warning because this story's, I won't be long, but it's kind of tough. But I was running around with my friend one night, and I don't know where these dogs came from. It was a pack of dogs running around the city. And when I say a pack, it had to be, I estimated at the time 18 to 20 dogs just running in a pack. Yeah, they weren't like being aggressive or anything that I know, but I just am riding along. I'm a passenger in a car with this guy. And there was another friend of mine, I worked with him, and he was in the back seat. He was an ex-Marine. And we're riding along with him. We're actually headed home. And this pack of dogs comes across the road. And I said, hey, man, watch the dogs. And the guy in the back said, yeah, hey, watch the dogs. And he floors it. He floors the car. And it's like he just on purposely hit all these dogs.
Oh, wow.
I won't even describe the scene because it would bother people. And I'm in total shock. Going back to last night, we were talking about, I was in total shock. And I look back, and I won't describe the scene because it was pretty ugly. And I'm like, what are you doing? And the guy in the back it was an ugly scene. Like I said, he said that there's a lot of bad language and, what are you doing? I can't believe you did that. So horrible thing. I never could get a clear answer out of him why he did that. It was very troubling. Anyway, I know that some of the dogs died. Some were okay, some died. Anyway, we kind of didn't see each other for a couple of weeks. I was mad at him, and the other guy was mad. I mean, I was like, I can't believe he did. He come back and he told me it was, I'm sorry I did it. I don't know. He actually said, I don't know why I did it. I really don't know why I did it. So I don't know. He's not on this earth. He was murdered himself some years later. We were both 21. So it's been long, almost 40 years ago. Anyway, and I've never seen anything out of him like that. It was just, I think he was on something, to be honest. It's mind altering. I just didn't know it because I'd never seen him do anything like that. So anyway, so I don't know. The guy that was in the back seat goes to this bar that we would go to, and so we were probably I guess we just had turned 21. It was not long before. I don't even know that. We might have been 20. I don't know, but looking back, I don't even think anybody asked. I don't remember. But he went to the bar and he tells these dudes, he tells everybody about it, like, because he's in shock. Like, I can't believe he did this, upset. So it's 2 or 3 weeks later. I just, sometimes I don't know. I just didn't want to talk about it, let it go. I pushed it as far as I could. I don't understand it, but anyway. So we pull up at this bar and we get out. And there's a biker dude standing in front of the bar. He's just smoking a cigarette or whatever, hanging out outside, cooling off. He's probably been dancing or something. I don't know. And we pull up and we get out, and the guy's looking at us kind of funny, I never saw this guy before. And he says, hey, man, are you that dog killer? And I just pointed. Not me. And I thought he was going to pull a knife on him. So when I say I've seen, things like that happen on different ways, that's an ugly thing. And it's sickening. It's sickening to see an animal hit like that. And I don't take none of that lightly. It was a horrible night. It was so bad. It's almost like I dreamed it, but I know it really happened. Very, very sad. And so I don't ever want to hurt a living creature myself. I just don't, we have the rescue dog now, and she's she don't like me because she don't like men, but she wags her tail at me like she likes me, but she don't like me. I think she's just really being protected of my granddaughter. She thinks like she's her. Of course, she's a Chihuahua, so I mean, what do you do? Chihuahuas are taking on the world, right? They'll fight anybody. Have you ever had a Chihuahua?
No, my aunt had two, and both of them were really sweet. But the first one, she barked a lot and everything, but the second one didn't. And then I had my aunt and uncle, my daddy's youngest brothers. They had one, and it hated my daddy. And he used to stand at the window to make it bark, hoping it would have a heart attack because it bit him one time. So
I
it was
went
awful.
to. I don't know if I mentioned it last week. I went to Florida. My aunt lived down. And her husband's family, which were great people. I loved them to death. But the lady's house. She was it was his mom and dad. So they just treated me like a grandson. Even though I was her nephew. And she had two Chihuahuas. And the one Chihuahua would bark a little bit, wasn't bad. There was another one was much more aggressive. The problem was this dog is getting very old, and I had a lot of health problems, and it went blind. So now, I mean, it's even more aggressive because it can't see. It's fearful of everything. And they would say, and that dog would bite. It would bite, and it bit me a couple of times. They said, "Oh, don't worry, it don't bite." I said, "Well, it just did." They said, "Oh, that's just a love tap." I was like, I think I was 11 years old, and I'm like, love tap? What do you mean, love tap? This dog just bit me. But it was almost a solid white Chihuahua, and it usually stayed under a blanket, kind of a cocoon kind of thing. And plus, it was just needed the warmth. It was health-wise, it wasn't doing good. But so I didn't want to get bit, but I understood the dog was somebody coming into its home. I mean, they're going to be ultra aggressive, and it can't see. I mean, it's got all its senses and smells and everything else, and then I'm new. That dog didn't know me, so I got it. I just didn't like it.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about foods. And let me get this pulled up here, and there is a couple of new logos for us that I produced today.
Oh yes.
And those come out pretty good. So we still have our main picture with all the dogs and cats because we call it Southern Paws and Claws or Claws and Paws. We kind of switched the name around from the furry front porch because we have a show called Front Porch Talking. So we have the furry front porch with all the animals. So I think of let me bring this back down for a second. I think of what was the guy in the Waltons that had all the animals and they lived inside with him? Every one of them. Like this guy didn't have, what was that guy's? Yancey. You remember Yancey from the Waltons? And
Barely.
you remember Barely? Well,
Yeah.
I remember.
I watched the Waltons.
Do I?
I watched them, but I don't,
Yeah. Yancey had all these critters and they all stayed with him. Well, Yancey gets married. he wants the dog at least to sleep in the bed, and his new wife is like, no way. So he's like newly married. He makes the dog get on the floor, but he's paying more attention to the dog. He's like reaching over, rubbing the dog's head. I love that scene. It cracks me up. Like he loves his wife, but he really loves that dog. I thought it was funny. So anyway, all right. We've got these two. Hopefully you can see those. And we kind of went back and I just put these side by side. And we've got the harmful and the toxic and the safe and the healthy in relation to dogs and cats. And thanks you, Miss Jenn, for sending these. And I definitely would love for chat to get involved. And everybody's certainly got opinions on what's good or what's not good as far as for animals and what you like to do and what dog foods you buy and all that. But here are some foods. And let's obviously on the dog side, bad alcohol. People kind of joke about that in TV and stuff. I don't really know. Do people really give their animals alcohol? I've never heard of that, but it's joked about on TV sometimes. You ever seen that, Miss Jenn? Somebody give the animal alcohol?
I know, like if a dog's like knocked over a beer or something, and it'll sit there and drink it. So
No crying over spilt beer, huh? Just lick it
yeah.
up. So other things, avocados. I don't know the why on that. Caffeine makes sense to me. Chocolate, not good. Citrus, cooked bones, and I can't see the extra information there. I can pull that up bigger outside of there. Dairy, I gotta get. Fat trimmings, I get. Garlic and onions. I can really. I guess it's just bad on digestion. Is some of these just bad on the overall digestion of a dog,
Probably.
Miss Jen? Yeah,
Probably so.
I get gum and junk food. Yeah, people tend to. Um, I didn't know grapes were bad. I've known of people that would throw the grape at their dog, you know, while they're eating grapes. I did not know that. Interesting. Mushrooms, nuts, which makes sense. A lot of humans can't do nuts. Pits and seeds from fruit, very understandable. Peanut butter, understandable. Potato skins and raw potatoes. Now, a dog will pick up a raw potato. If you ain't careful, they'll take off with that. I've seen them do
Hmm.
that. Rhubarb, salty food, self-explanatory. Tea and tea leaves, sugar substitute, and yeast, raw dough, moldy food. All self-explanatory, but a couple of them I didn't know the why on. Maybe the grapes I don't. If somebody knows, and maybe the avocado. Most of that makes perfect sense to me. But on the good side, the safe side, we have apples, which are good, bananas, blueberries, cantaloupe, carrots, chicken, and lean meats. Now, my granddaughter, the dog, and she eats dog food, but we have gave her chicken before. She loves that chicken. I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah.
Eggs cooked. Does that mean eggs raw are okay? I mean, I don't know.
Yes. A friend of mine gives both of her dogs raw eggs every day.
Really,
Yes.
is it is now, I'm going by memory, but is it they help their coat? It helps their coat. Is there
Yeah, and
something with that,
I think she said something else, but I can't remember what it was.
folks? If you know, pop it in the chat, um, and we'll find out. Though I want to research that. So every time we do a show, I'm learning something. And by the way, I'm not a dog or a cat expert. Right? That's not the point of the show. The point of the show is we just want to promote dogs and cats and learn from all of you. It's a sharing show. You're welcome to come up. You can welcome to send a link to us or let us know you'd like to be on the next show. Send us a video of your dog or cat or duck or whatever, and tell us stories. Send us articles. We're here to learn and do good.
The, the
And Miss Jen, now
grape
she go ahead.
the grapes are highly toxic and can cause acute kidney failure, which can be
I,
fatal. Even a small amount can make them sick.
I did not know that. Well, I learned something. I will make sure my granddaughter knows that because I don't think she knows that. And my granddaughter loves grapes. I don't know that she's ever gave the dog any because usually she's pretty. I mean, they're tight now, but she really watches the dog. Like she does feed her other stuff besides the dog food, but she's very particular. She takes care of her dog. Um, Green beans. I didn't know that. That's good though. I guess it being a green something, but honey, kiwi, mango, oatmeal. I would have never thought about peaches. A lot of these, I'll be honest, I didn't know they could eat peaches. Peanut butter. Now wait a minute. Did we
They
not
can
say
have
something?
peanut. Yeah, they can have. I think some. Let's see. I can't see.
I didn't
With
blow that up enough.
oh, I got it on my phone if I can find it again.
If you could see that,
Let's see.
because we had We had that on both lists. Peanut butter. Maybe it can't be with nuts. Maybe that's what it is.
You can't have it with XYLITOL.
Sugar
Exotol.
substitute. Sugar substitute. So
So it's got to have real sugar in it if they're gonna eat it.
okay. Pears, pineapple, potatoes and sweet potato, which were on both. What did it say for the potatoes?
Cook with skins removed.
Yeah, because it mentioned the skins being bad. Makes sense. Pumpkin and rice. That's an interesting list. I did not know that because typically I try to just give the dog a good dog food, but I know that sometimes you can give them a treat like that, with some stuff that you've had. I mean, I know a guy. He goes out and gets really expensive meat and cooks up for him and his dog. I mean, that's like his kid. He don't have kids at home. He's alone.
Yeah.
And they eat like steak. I think with a raw egg on the dogs, if I remember right. So there's the dog list. Toxic, which is not good. Toxic. See the little dog there, like, whoa. And safe, tongue out. Let's move over to cats. See how much this lines up. They've got them flipped here a little bit, but we'll look at the healthy first. Pumpkin, sweet potato, skinless again. Turkey. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I'd want my cat to have asparagus. You think that's a winter chicken dinner, asparagus for your cat?
I eat it.
But I didn't ask you. Does the cats get anything besides the alms? I think you said you feed them. Do they eat foods of any kind other than that?
The two little ones, they go after whatever we're eating and eat it. They are awful.
They're on a mission.
Yeah.
Banana, oats, yogurt, plain, low fat. I don't know. I get tickled. I get to see you go to a shop and the cat's in a mythical world tell you, hey, don't forget to get the yogurt, plain, low fat. Give you the shopping list. Watermelon, no seeds, obviously. Fish, cooked, small portions. Beef, blueberries. Broccoli, peas, polenta, chicken, once again, is healthy. Cucumber, no seeds. Broth, low sodium, onion, garlic free. Cheese, eggs, honeydew melon, liver, lamb, and zucchini and squash, zucchini squash. Harmful, milk. Milk does not do the body good for the cat. But I know they said dairy on the other one, but how many times have we seen shows where they give cats milk? I've seen that, right?
Yeah, and I mean, mine will drink some. I'll give them just a little bit, but some of them will upset their stomach and stuff, but not like all of them. And then some people, they may be giving them like goat milk or the kitten milk, like I had to buy to feed the kittens with. But
you're being photobombed right now.
Yeah, see.
Start talking about me and drinking milk, Gum, again, makes sense. Grapes. I've never seen anybody give gum to an animal.
No.
Grapes and seeds. Yeast dough, again, the sugar substitute. Coffee. First time. Why is, I guess, the caffeine in coffee?
Probably so.
Could you give it decaf?
Yeah.
You get decaf. That's interesting too. Candy. alcohol, once again, garlic, fat trimmings, nuts, and there's the caffeine. So it separates those, but it didn't say, it didn't give a note there. I'll have to look into that. Chives, chocolate was listed on both. What is it about chocolate, if you know?
I don't know, but we did because mom and daddy had a poodle before they got me, and to give candy, I mean to give his medicine, they would get a bite of a Snickers and put the medicine in there, and he would eat it. So um, he was fine, but yeah, they say it's they're not supposed to have it.
Coconut milk, cooked bones, raw fish, all make sense. Onions make sense. Raisins and seeds. So I'm sure there are many others that are not listed here that maybe people give, and I don't know. I'll bring this down in a minute. I've got another slide I want to show, but um, I just think it's different for different people. Like you said, I know people whatever they're eating, the dog's eating. I'm sure they keep some
Hmm.
things away out, but the but they just give them the scraps. Certain dogs. I don't know about cats, but I know you don't turn your back on them. They'll take your sandwich or whatever else.
Yes,
So they don't know they shouldn't have it. They'll just take it and take off with it. And them little rascals are quick too.
yes,
Um,
they are.
you turn your head for a second. I know they'll grab a hot dog and go really fast. I didn't see hot dogs listed. Was it?
Mm-mm.
Is that good or bad? I'm not saying hot dogs probably ain't really good for nobody, including us. But I
Yeah.
do like a hot dog. People talk about processed as it is, but I know for a fact a dog will wait. If you're grilling out and you drop a dog, it's gone. They will get that on a dead run and it'll be gone in one bite.
Mhm.
I know that for a fact. I've seen it. But even my dog, it was like a neighbor dog just nosing around like, hey, cook it out. I got dropped one. It's like, oh, there it went. Next thing I know, here it went. Dead run. Got that one it was gone. Which I didn't care to had it, but I just didn't know if hot dogs were bad. But people give they give animals a lot of things because that's what they're eating and whatever. But it's bad news, not only health wise, but who wants a dog or cat that's got an upset stomach running around the
Yeah.
house?
Yes.
You got to clean that up. That ain't no good.
Mhm.
And we know how we feel if our stomach's messed up. And there's certain foods I have to stay away from at my age, um, and they just tend to bother me. And one of those is onions. I don't stay away from it. I just do it a little more in moderation. I used to just eat a whole. I'd eat an onion whole. It didn't matter to me. I love Vidalias, um, but I do still eat them. But I try to not eat too many because it is hard on me. Uh, so if you're going to cook something like something, you got to be careful what's around it. They said chives. I've just never thought of anybody giving a cat chives. It's just, but again, it's just a list letting you know what's good or bad. Uh, but these there's a lot of other foods to consider, and if you know some foods that are bad or good, or you have a special mixture of food that you like to give your animal that they just look forward to, um, let us know. I think that's fun to talk about. Um, Now, what about this? What do they call those things? And I know people do it, and they go down to I won't use the name of the place, but you get the little pup. What is that? What is that that's in there?
Yeah. Cup pup pup cup pup pup
Yep.
pup
What
cup. It's
is that?
whipped cream.
Is that good or bad for them?
I guess it's okay for them since They get it to them.
Yeah,
Cat food.
they give it.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't think about that when we were doing this. But my granddaughter said, "Could you go get me?" She doesn't get a coffee. She gets a
Latte.
something that has a lot of chocolate and sugar. I'm sure in it. I don't. It probably is, but I can't remember that's what it was. And she says, "I want to get Coco, the pup." And I said, "What? What is that?" And I said, "They're not going to give that to you. What does it cost?" I thought she was scamming me. Like, oh, come on now, you gonna get me up the window? They're gonna say, "Oh, that's $15." I'm like, what? So, so she said, "Trust me, Papa. I know what I'm doing. I've done it before, and I don't even like going to the place. You know what I'm talking about." So I go there, and sure enough, I'm sitting here watching this, and she brought the dog with us, and then I passed the hers back, and then here come the little, and that dog knew what was coming. I'm telling you, it was gone before we got out of the parking lot.
Yeah, I've seen some reels on cats, boy. They're just like trying to jump out the window. But I've never taken mine, but you know,
Have you ever taken your cats to on a journey or a trip or stuff like that?
when the boys were kittens, I wouldn't leave them at home, so they would go with us. To like my aunt and uncles, and we just left them locked up in the bathroom because they had dogs and stuff, which they wouldn't have probably hurt them, but they didn't want to scare them to death. And they had
Yeah,
other cats too, so they just got locked
yeah.
up in the bathroom and stayed in there, and everybody played with them in there. So, but
I imagine we think about dogs or cats that are being transported across, say, like they're being even on airplanes. I mean, they put them in the special place, whatever that they have. I mean, I know you got to have them in a carrier,
hmm
but I imagine that trip is really messes with them. I mean, it feels funny to us to be lifting off the ground. I just
yeah,
imagine what they would get a little nervous about that kind of thing as they're being taken on an airplane or a jet or something like that, or a long journey. And do they get car sick like humans?
yes, because
What
I got.
do what?
Excuse me.
I love it.
Excuse.
What do you do to help with that?
Um, they probably could. They can give them nauseous medicine. When I got Debbie from a friend of mine, because since she was having Luke, she was she was going to go in. Luke was going in her room that she stayed in most of the time, and Rob was getting her. So I took her when I brought her to Tennessee,
Yeah.
and right as I pulled into the parking lot at the apartment, she she pooped everywhere. So that's how she
Oh,
got sick.
Lord.
But and so I was like, Debbie. So
So he gets the cat, and you get to deal with the poop.
yeah, I had to clean up the carrier and stuff, but it wasn't bad because it was all on the blanket. Thank goodness. I just had to like then
Oh,
wash it.
okay.
So
Well, when I was a kid, my dad took us to Florida, and I never knew I had a problem with it. I got sick 3 times on the journey. It was my first long trip ever, though, that I remember. Now, I might have been a baby, I'm sure. I know we took one long trip when I was a baby. I don't know. I was just a year and a half old, not very old. But I was 11 when we took the. I mean, we just never went anywhere. We were poor people, worked all the time. We just never went more than a few miles around where we lived. But my dad went to Florida, took us to Florida, and I got sick 3 times on that journey. Now it never happened again, and I don't know if it was the car we were riding in or what it was about it, but I definitely got sick. But those same forces would affect dogs and cats.
mhm.
So um, I understand that. Um, and boy, another thing we could maybe next week we'll dive in a little bit. And I get it. Everything goes up, but veterinarian fees are high. I mean, they are. It's very expensive to take your animal to a vet.
Yes, I
Very.
know.
I know you just dealt with that, right?
Yes. Mm.
It's sticker shock.
It costs more
You
than me
know.
because I don't go to the doctors. So,
Yeah. So you're like, I love you. This hurts.
hmm just I took three of them, all three of the boys, week before last to get their shots, and it was like 600 something dollars.
Oh my goodness.
But the little bitty one that had to go last week because she wasn't feeling well and stuff cost just her 500 and something.
So that leads me to our next question. Have you ever thought about the pet insurance, or is it worth the time or trouble? I don't know much about it.
I have pulled it up. There's a app called Pet Desk that I can schedule their appointments and stuff with, and you have to get it on each one. It's just not like for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
And so, given their age and everything, it gave like an estimated cost, and so it. I think most of it was going to run like $20 a cat, but I mean it did cover a good bit of stuff. But you know, and that's not
That's
bad,
a,
$60 or so. But I don't even have insurance. It's like, hmm,
well, we looked into it. We haven't done it, but we did look into it. Um, and I think for the dog and her size and everything, it was going to be like 26 a month.
hmm,
But that did cover quite a bit. It wouldn't take all obviously the total cost, but that helped with the office fee, and some other things, you know. So we're due to go back to get nails clipped or something. I don't know. She's been good for a while. You know, the state of Georgia. Now I don't know. Well, at least in our county, I guess it's probably statewide. When you when you get a dog from the shelter,
hmm,
they you pay. I think it was $60 for the dog. They give you though um, your first visit to the vet for everything. They give you a form for that, or
hmm.
but you have 10 days. I think it is 10 days to schedule that appointment, or they're coming after you
Hmm.
because you know you're not taking care of the animal. I mean, we were getting this dog, and they're sitting over here, giving me all this stuff, and you've got 10 days, sir, to get this. And I was thinking, it's almost the weekend. What if I can't get in? Well, get it scheduled, and we were able to get right in though. And then they send that information because that covers rabies and I think it was I forget what all it covered, but they send that information back to the shelter and it goes in the file. Uh, I don't know if they've always done that, but there was a lot of there's a lot to do with that. So when you go to get a pet, it is it's something you should think about. Certainly,
Hmm.
it's an investment, and I get you want companionship, you want love, but some people get animals and they're not prepared to take care of them,
Yes.
and so the animal suffers. It's like you said, it's uh, people call them their kids or whatever, and I know some people don't like that, but it is to that point. You have a kid in the home, you got to take care of that kid. You got to take it for its shots, its rabies, all that. If it gets hurt, if it's sick, if it's sick enough to go, and those fees are high. I mean, it is expensive as
Hmm.
all get out. And you just said that's $1,100 that you just poured out. That's a lot of money. I mean,
Yep.
for me, I wouldn't want to have to pay $1,100.
I know.
So, have you ever dealt with a pet cemetery? That's another thing that's become very popular. A lot of people just bury their animals on their property, but there's a lot of pet cemeteries out there now.
Yes, there's one across town where my grandmother's buried. On the back side of it, they have a pet cemetery. It's in a chain link fence. But yeah, my most of my cats and our dog and a rabbit are buried in my backyard at my other house, the old house. But Itty Bitty and Alice, I had cremated, so that's the first two I've had cremated.
I didn't know they did that.
Hmm.
I did not know that. What kind of cost is that, if you don't mind sharing? What does it cost to cremate?
Um, well, Itty Bitty, I went to a different vet, and they were a little bit cheaper and stuff because she didn't charge me to put her to sleep. So just getting her cremated and getting her little box and everything, I think it was like maybe 125, $150. But when Alice with this other vet, almost $500.
Wow. It ain't been that long ago you could do a human for that. It's went up. It's went up, but there was a time. I just had a marketing genius idea. If they really wanted to sell more cemetery plots, if they could put like a pet cemetery connection to that cemetery and sell it that way, and say when you pass, and also up to 3 animals you could bury at the pet cemetery, which is attached to the cemetery. Y'all could rest forever in the same place.
Yes.
Or I'm sure there's laws against it. We'll have enough because we don't have to bury them as deep. We will bury them with you if they're when their time comes. They will dig up deep enough and put your pet with you. I don't know. It's marketing. I mean, there's a friend of mine. We used to work together, and his little boy, it cracked me up. His little boy had a goldfish, and the goldfish died. It happens. So he comes home, the boy is distraught, and he says, "Daddy, we got to bury the goldfish. There's going to be no toilet flush for this. So the boy goes, he helps him. He loves his boy, and at the whole time he's like, I don't know where this is going, but they got a matchbox, a bigger one that used for those bigger matches, and emptied that out, and they put the little goldfish in that box. So the little boy has it, and the boy carries the box on top of a pillow. They go out to the yard, and just like you'd bury an animal, they dig up the hole, and they bury he puts the goldfish down in there. They cover it up. I think they even had 2 sticks they tied together, the little boy. And so they're standing there, and the dad's like, he's never been through this. He's from Jersey. They've been living in the South for a long time. So he says, I'm sitting there, and I'm just waiting to see what my son, moment of silence, waiting on him to get okay, and they was going to walk away. And he looks up at his dad. He says, Daddy, you're supposed to say a few words over the deceased. And he's sitting here thinking, oh Lord, what do I say? So he said he come up with a few words like, oh Lord, thank you for the life of this fish. May it swim forever in the hereafter, But he helped his boy, and they walked away. And every time I see him, we talk about that. He said, I felt totally out of control. I had no idea what my son was doing, other than I was just trying to help him. All right. Before we get off here tonight, I do want to pull back up, and we're going to highlight animals. And this one is at the McCamey. I know it. It's just called Cobalt. This is at the McCamey Animal Center in Chattanooga. And you can see the cost there. Mixed breed. This dog was just taken in not even a month ago. And 40-pound male. And but that's wild, that different eye color. But anyway, that's Cobalt. A 1-year-old. One brown, one blue, both full of kindness. and I don't know why that squeezed some of it off. Probably I clipped it. Cobalt is a chill, easygoing guy who seems to really enjoy the company of other dogs. Handsome, sweet, and laid back. He's the perfect buddy for anyone looking for a best friend with both style and substance. Cobalt. What a cool name. And I like that. Is cute. That is cute. So if you would like and can, and you're in the area or nearby at the McCamey Animal Center, I should have put the address up there, but you can look it up and you see the information there, the location that they have it at, and the animal ID number. So if somebody could help, give Cobalt a forever home. I know, and I've never seen a dog like that with that eyes like that. Have you?
Yes, a neighbor, our neighbor one was at the old house that had a German Shepherd, and it had one brown and one blue eye.
That's interesting. You definitely get your attention. It got mine as I was looking through these animals. I said, "Whoa, okay, let's check out this," and maybe we can help the dog. We do also partner with the Animal Rescue Alliance in Dawsonville, Georgia. I just live up this way, closer to them, and so when I do stuff, I do both, but I've done plenty of them. But through the week, I try to help the McCamey Animal Center, which is just over the state line. I live in Georgia. That's Tennessee, but it's not far from me, and want to help them out. And we do run a lot of ads for ARA, but sometimes we don't have the information. So theirs is readily available, and I was getting that. So we're due to have ARA back up for a show. We haven't done that in a long time, and we do need to get them back up. We've done shows with them. We went there and did videos and recorded and helped them out with different things. And right now we got the Chuck fundraiser going on.
That's right.
For every $1, Chuck gets to sleep in the bedroom. And I think Barry has already donated like 10 or 15 bucks for this thing. I've given some money, and I don't know who else, but I know this: the cats went in and never came out, literally.
Yeah, Steve donated.
It does come out. Huh?
Steve donated money.
That's right, he did. I sent that because he just sent it into our stream to Rumble, and when it downloaded, because you have to have so much in there to download. When it did, then I sent that money on to ARA. So, or maybe I went ahead and did it. I don't even remember. But there's a great need, and next week I would like to talk about some of these. There's a large, and I'm not an expert on it. I'm not an expert on anything, but I know there are good breeders and there's bad breeders. But some people don't like any breeding at all, and they think they shouldn't do that. I'd like to dive into that a little bit next week and be thinking on that. And we'll also cover some other topic as well. And send us your videos, and I'll get the video of Kaylee with her dog up for next week's show. And we've went a little over because we were late coming in. It's normally 8 to 9. But email us at the Southern Fried Podcast at yahoo.com if you would like to come up on stage. And we invite that. We encourage that on all of our shows. And if you want to highlight your animal, we'll put you on the screen live. If not, send us the video of it. And let's just, you know what? With all the tragedy we've had going on, it's a tough time in the country and around the world. Just having that dog or cat or whatever you have snuggling against you or whatever makes you forget about maybe some of that crap for a while. So Jenn has 6 cats, so she's got plenty of snuggles going on. And apparently all 6 cats sleep with her.
Most of the time, yes.
Most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Will they be a 7th cat?
No.
Mm-mm. When the time comes to go to the great pet place beyond the sky for any of them, do you stay at 6 or do you downsize?
I'll probably get another one. I don't know. It depends on Mama, but I'll try to get another one. My oldest is 9, and that's Alex. So
okay. Well, you've got used to having that number now.
Yeah.
So I was, it cracked me up last week talking about showers for cats or stuff. That just cracked me up. I'd never ever tried that, but I understand why you would have to do that if something got in their coat, and you got to take care of that. But also in the near future, we're going to talk about the seasons are changing. You have outdoor animals, but even for indoor animals, I'm sure this Jen, there's things that affect the animals as the seasons change.
Mhm.
I mean, temperature changes and whatever. We'll talk about that because I'd like to see what people think about that. Obviously, we bring our pets in when it's really cold. Ours is a house dog. The dog rarely goes out except for her to take it out and walk or whatever. It's a house dog. Uh, we have taken it to a park. It busted loose from its collar. It took off like a shot. Kelly didn't have it tied enough or something. That dog, and thankfully, but the good thing was it was a park full of kids. So, like a couple of kids said, "Hey, come here." The dog ran up right up to him. Kaylee was like, "You shouldn't have took off." I love. Do you talk? Do you scold your cats verbally? Like you
Mhm.
talk to them like you knew better than to do that. You're in
Yeah.
trouble, big boy. Well, that's the
Yes.
way she was doing her dog. You're in trouble. I can't believe you ran through this park, embarrassed me, and then ran from me, didn't come. Like because she was coming right to her and she faked her out and then just took off. I know the dog was laughing, but ran up to another kid and the kid helped Kaylee out. She said, "That's it for the park for you today, buddy. We're going home." She chased her all over that park. I mean, because she wouldn't come back. She would get like within 20 feet, take off again. I had to laugh. I didn't let her see it, but I was like, "Oh Lord, how we gonna get this dog? It's faster than all of us. It's a fast dog. There's no catching it." So thankfully, other people helped us out, and we got the dog. But I said, "You got to do a better job of that."
Yes.
What if the dog had bit somebody or something? Oh my goodness. Oh, and the last question would be: does the insurance help at all with if your dog or cat bites somebody, or is that just for medical care for the cat or dog?
I think it's just medical
Or
care for the cat and dog. I think
does
like
that
your
fall
maybe your
homeowners?
homeowners may if it's here's your house or something. I'm not really sure about all that.
We had a neighbor. She had dog. She had dogs. We had cats. She came down, and our cat had just had kittens. So the cat was super hyper defensive, and I don't remember how I don't remember how it happened, but I remember looking up, and that cat has just cinched its claws into her forearm, and she's holding her arm out, and this cat's hanging there. I think it even bit. She had to go to the hospital and get shot, all sorts of things. And
Mhm.
we're sitting there like, oh my gosh. And you know what? She said, I love animals. It was my fault. The cat thought that I was going to, she just went to sit down, but the cat thought she was going to mess with her babies and reacted. And she said, don't worry. I'm not trying to sue you for money or anything. She goes, it's my fault. I thought, wow, you don't see that every day. I mean,
Yeah, I
people
got
will hit you
attacked
up.
by one. It just came up in our yard, and I had petted it and everything else, and we had a screened-in porch at the time, and my cat was out there, and they were kind of ran at each other, and I went out there to pet the outside cat, and he launched onto me, claws and everything, and I had to go to urgent care and get shots and get it bandaged up. My dad was
Wow.
going to like kill it. I'm like, it was just arguing with our cat, and it just attacked. So then we had to catch it and take it to animal control to make sure it didn't have rabies. But they said, "Do you want the cat back?" They said, "No, I don't want the cat back."
Before we go, I don't want him to get hurt, but I'll say it again. If Chuck ever launched off of the cat tree onto Robert during the live show, you would have to pick me up off the floor for the laughter that would be going on. Just the thinking about it makes me laugh. That cat would launch and land on that bald head and just grab hold. And we would have it all on video. That would be the beauty of it. And we can like send that out. Oh my goodness. I would die. I would absolutely die. Because every once in a while, Rob's getting onto the cat. The cat's running through the cat's running through the plugs, running under his feet.
Oh, here is Miss Coloring Book.
Oh, that's the superstar.
Yeah. This is a
Nice.
baby. The $500 baby.
Oh, look. So is it on one page of the coloring book or all the way through?
Just one page.
So they pick different. How did the cat get in the coloring book? How does that happen?
I came across it's the paw prints, and then it says enter your cat to be selected, and so I entered it, and she made it, and I entered another one. I think Sunshine under Mama's name, but I didn't get an email or nothing about him, so he didn't make it.
The other cat's going, I'm the superstar here now.
Yeah.
I made it in, and you did not. Anything else you want to share, Miss Jenn? Thank you for being my co-host.
Oh, you're welcome.
On this show. It's a blessing. This is our second episode, and I am so excited about where we can go with this. And we definitely want your involvement. So if you want to just sit and listen to us, we're more willing to talk and chat. But we're going to try to do some fun things with this and some informative things. And we'll talk about all kinds of things like Lord knows Christmas is coming. So you got Christmas trees. You got to watch out for that stuff. Halloween, that's got to be scary for animals. I mean, all these people showing up, banging on doors, demanding candy. I mean, there's all kinds of things that your storms or whatever. There's a lot or symptoms. How do you know? I'm going to get into all that as we go. So anyway, I think our hour is right at up, and everybody have a blessed night. We'll probably be back on later, but the special, I think we're going to do a TikTok live tonight. So.
All right.
I got a couple things I got to do. I need to start doing them, and I'm going to do a TikTok live. We have a lot of followers on TikTok. We can't string directly to it yet, so I think I'm going to do that. Thanks, folks, for watching.
Yes, thank you.
Last call, Miss Jenn. Thank you for your support, all that you do to promote the channel and everything about it. You are a superstar, and we appreciate it. And last call, anything you want to share?
I'm good.
You're good. All right, folks, we'll play some music on the way out. We'll drop down. We appreciate you. Take care. And we'll see you we'll see you before if you come into other shows. But if it's the only show you watch, we will see you next week. Same cat channel, same cat time. See you, folks.
All right. Bye-bye.
Post. They're the critters we love most. A hound in a hat or a cat in a bow. They steal the show wherever they go. Southern claws and paws, y'all. Fluffing fur at the roll call. A bark, a meow, a squawk, and a cheer. Best friends of the South are all right here.